Today is day for us to see some insane action RPG coming out in 2025 and beyond. All of them are single player, so get ready cause this list is insane. Hope you like. Click on the like and subscribe for more videos. Thank you, and let's go.
The Ming Dynasty is dead. Although I swore to protect it, my mission is fulfilled. I will not rest until all traitors are silenced and our stolen kingdom returned.
Wuchang Fallen Feathers is a new Chinese action RPG game set in the Souls-like style. The studio developing the game is the studio Linzi, and it's coming out in 2025 to PlayStation 5, Xbox Series XS, and Windows. And the game is also coming day one to Xbox Game Pass. The story is set in the land of Shu during the dark and tumultuous late Ming Dynasty, plagued with warring factions and a mysterious illness spawning monstrous creatures. The game got nice graphics and a gameplay that looks really good, especially for the fans of Souls-like games.
Ever known in my life, our land, our custom, in the name of unification.
Assassin's Creed Shadows is the next adventure in the world of Assassin's Creed. The game, as always, is being developed by Ubisoft and is coming out to PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and Series S, and Microsoft Windows in March 20th, 2025. The game, for the first time in a big Assassin's Creed game, will be set in Japan. You'll be able to play with two different characters, Neo and Yasuke, each one of them with their own style and mechanics. This will be an RPG Assassin's Creed, like Valhalla, Odyssey, and some others, set in a huge map with a lot of things to do.
And you? Will you continue down that river? You see?
Then we must look for it together.
Crimson Desert is an insane upcoming open-world RPG. The game is being developed by the studio Pearl Abyss, and it's coming out still in 2025, but with no specific date yet. But it's coming out to Xbox Series X and Series S, PlayStation 5, and PC. This is one of those games that are even hard to believe that they're really good as they look. The graphics are insane. The world seems huge and massive, and is a game with a lot of features like glide, parkour, a nice combat style, dragon ride, and much more. And if it's as good as it looks, it'll be one of the best games of this year. The first Berserker Khazan is an action RPG set in the Souls-like style. The game is being developed by the studio Neepal and is coming out in March 27, 2025 to Xbox Series X and S, PlayStation 5, and Windows. The game will be fast and fluid, set in a dangerous magical world. And as any other Souls-like game, it's going to be hard, really challenging, with a lot of different enemies and bosses. The graphic style is very stylish in my opinion, a good mix of realism and cartoon, giving the game a charismatic visual style, and if you're a fan of this kind of game, it looks really good.
Sorry, you want to know the year?
What a pleasure to meet a stalker worthy of the name. It's been far, far too long.
You're not the puppet I was expecting. Who are you?
She was looking for someone.
Liza P Overture is a DLC to the original game. Actually, it's going to be almost a new game, what means it'll be huge. The game is being developed by the studio NeoWiz and will be released on Xbox One, Xbox Series X and S, PlayStation 4 and 5, and Microsoft Windows. It'll be released in some moment of 2025, but the date is not confirmed yet. If you played the original game, you know what it's about, but if you didn't, it's a Souls-like game set in the universe of Pinocchio with a lot of charisma and style. The game is fluid and is a nice challenge if you like hard games.
Legendary.
Do whatever it takes. Your survival is all that matters. Nothing else comes close, not even my life. I swear I won't be late. Not again.
Stars. Fields. I have seen the miracles you so claim. Into the mist.
I pray for their grace, but all that came were inferior shades. Why do we have to bear the consequences of such power?
Time.
Ballad of Antara is an upcoming action RPG. The game is set in a sort of open world with a fast and fluid combat style. Through the game, the player will be able to play with multiple characters, even changing the one you're playing in real time, but just if they are with you in the battle. The game is being developed by the studio Tipsworks Studio and is coming out in some moment of 2025 to PlayStation 5 and Windows. The game features an interesting feature, a sort of change of dimension, kind of similar to the last Lords of the Fallen, and it looks really good here. And the boss fights looks really sick. So I'm really curious about this one.
Wayward emissaries, grant us the
This desolate land needs a sprinkle of madness.
Heavens, we did not betray this world.
The Elden Scrolls 6 is finally the new adventure after Skyrim. But wait, this is still a long time to be released. It was announced with Starfield. So this is the game Bethesda is focused now. But when it's coming out, we don't know. But will probably be launched on Xbox Series XS, PlayStation 5, and Windows. The series is acclaimed for being an insane and massive RPG series with a lot of content and possibilities. So this is one of the most anticipated games ever.
of redemption. You were chosen. Thrown together by forces beyond our control.
Elden Ring Nightreign is a new game set in a version of the world of Elden Ring. The game is being developed by From Software and is coming out on May 30th, 2025 to PlayStation 5, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Xbox Series X, and Series S, and Windows. The game will be set in a roguelike style. You choose a class in the start and must survive in the map as you advance and fight enemies and bosses, getting better items and weapons. If you die, you restart all, and as you proceed, the map will start closing, similar to a battle royale game, and the focus here will be co-op. So if you like this style, this one looks good.
Stand tall. The night is far from over. Little pillager, bent on sacking the lands of gold, I will swat away.
Band together and prepare to claim.
Off your ass!
Do the same for that one. Hey! Hey, you! Get out of here!
Calm down. I'm going.
Good choice.
You have a good day, too.
Gothic Remake. The legend is back. Return to the Valley of the Mines in this faithful remake of the genre-defining classic RPG. Explore a handcrafted, organic open world that reacts dynamically to your actions in a gritty, unrestricted experience like no other. The game, the remake of a classic RPG game. It's being developed by the studio Alchemia Interactive, and it's coming out probably in 2025 to Xbox Series XS, PlayStation 5, and Windows. The original game was released over 20 years ago, in 2001, and it's a very good and fun RPG game. So if you like big and massive RPG games, that's a good one.
There's the line. You had your share, mate. Get lost. Get lost. Nobody
Time to put that booty to good use.
Come on, fry him! Yeah!
I really thought you could get away with this, eh? Wait. Into a remarkable young lass with much grace, wisdom, and kindness. Take the easy, even heart of gold. Leave the spirit to overcome adversities aplenty. Darling, sweeten.
The Witcher 4 is the sequel of the acclaimed The Witcher 3, but now, different of the previous games, the protagonist won't be Geralt anymore, but Ciri, one of the most important characters of the third game. It's being developed by the studio CD Projekt Red, the same studio of Cyberpunk and The Witcher, and is probably coming out in 2027, with luck 2026, to Xbox Series XS, PlayStation 5, and Windows. The new game will be totally made in Unreal Engine 5. That's one of the best engines of the moment, with impressive graphics and insane possibilities. So if you like huge and massive RPG games, this is surely one of these.
You can't change anything!
Once, you've met humans. Heavenswell. Imagine that they once ruled this very world.
AI Limit is an interesting action RPG game in the Souls-like style. The game is being developed by the studio Sense Game. In the beloved Souls-like style. The game is being developed by the studio Sense Games and is coming out in March 27th, 2025 to PlayStation 5 and Windows. The game features a fast and fluid gameplay style. What's important in a Souls-like game? The graphic is in a mix of a sword anime style with some realistic aspects. In this post-apocalyptic wasteland sci-fi action RPG, the player will play as Arisa, a blader with immortality, and explore the city ruin to find the hope of a new life. The game looks fun, and it's close to be released, so I hope it's as good as it looks.
Waterfalls, where flowers bloom and trees thrive. They control the rules in Evansville, and humans are just...
It's best if you both sides suffer heavy losses.
We are the same. Seeking after far-fetched goals with crippled memories.
Vindictus, Defying Fate, is a new action RPG full of excitement. Defy the fate and create your own path. Fight your way through the journey filled with challenging combats waiting ahead. The game is being developed by the studio Nexon. It's coming out to Xbox Series XS, PlayStation 5, and Windows. The game got no release date yet, but I believe it's going to be announced still in 2025. The game features a great visual style with a fast gameplay with multiple weapons and characters. Welcome to the world of Vindictus Defying Fate, an adrenaline-fueled action game where every clash is a symphony and every step is a dance with destiny. Phantom Blade Zero is an insane action RPG game. It's being developed by the Studio S Game and is coming out to PlayStation 5 and Windows. The release date is still not confirmed, but they said that it's going to be revealed in 2025, so I believe it's coming out in 2026 or later. The game will be set in a kind of linear map, similar to Dark Souls, but no, it's not a Souls-like game, but action RPG with mechanics that resembles Souls-like games. In the game, we'll play with different weapons, facing different enemies and bosses, finding new items and equipments, and honestly, I'm really hyped about this game.
人活进了戏里，还是戏，本就因人而在。
Project the Perceiver is an insane upcoming action RPG game, and like most of the RPGs nowadays, we see some inspirations in Souls-like games, since the combat to the boss fights. The game is being developed by the Studio Paper Games, a Chinese studio, and is coming out in 2025 or 2026 to PlayStation 5 and Windows. The game will be set in a beautiful and immense open world with a lot of quests, enemies, and general content. The visual of this game is something mind-blowing with an impressive combat style and movements. So like most of China's game lately, you should keep an eye out for it.
且让你们体会。如何相提并论？一将功成万骨枯，总有。
Emergency at Windscale Atom Plant. Now the worst seems to be over.
Wiring target.
Atomfall is a survival FPS game set in a post-apocalyptic universe. The game is being developed by the studio Rebellion Developments, the same studio of Sniper Elite, and the game is coming out in March 27, 2025 to PlayStation 4 and 5, Xbox One, Xbox Series X and S, and Windows. The game looks really fun, especially for the ones that love single-player games about survival. The first time I saw it, I must say that it got my attention, but to be honest, I'm not a big fan of the studio, but I'll keep an open mind about this one. It looks nice in the trailer, and it's coming out day 1 on Xbox Game Pass.
Because I was going to make a sandwich. Let's do it. What do I think about Hero? Their disproportionately high cheekbones and comically massive weapons.
Wanker.
Roughing up bandits, because they like to rough up bandits, don't they? So the true hero's me, someone who's breaking new ground with fruit, with veg, on the agricultural side of things.
Just look at them.
Not wafting around.
Fable is the returning of a great Xbox RPG series. The game is being developed by the studio Playground Games, the same studio of Forza Horizon. So it's a different style of game of what they usually do, but it looks fun. Let's just hope it is. The game was coming out in 2025, but was postponed to 2026. It's coming out to Xbox Series XS and Windows, but I wouldn't say that a PlayStation 5 version is impossible. But it'll be available day 1 on Xbox Game Pass. For the fans of the series, this one will be set in the same style, a kind of open world game, with a lot of choices and possibilities of gameplay and story.
That's what defines you, isn't it? Really stays with you. I knew this one hero. I took her in when she had nowhere else to go.
Welcome to the most exclusive club.
Most of her gift. But you know what it's like when you're young and you have a point to prove.
Borderlands 4 is the next adventure of the beloved universe of Borderlands. The game is being developed by the studio Gearbox Software. This will be released on Xbox Series X, Xbox Series S, PlayStation 5, and Microsoft Windows. The game got a release date already. That is September 23rd, 2025. You probably know the series already, but if you don't, it's a looter-shooter series set in a first-person camera with a unique and charismatic graphic style, and it's always been a success since the first game of the series.
From the studio that brought you Star Wars, Knights of the Old Republic, Part 2. Part 2. And Fallout 3, Part 2. Comes a completely original Part 2. And like all good sequels, we've...
The Outer Worlds 2 is the sequel of the first game, what's obvious. And it's being developed by the studio Obsidian Entertainment that just released Avowed, but the game is coming out still in 2025 it seems, to Xbox Series X and S, PlayStation 5, and Windows. The game is an open-world action RPG set in an FPS style. The first game is really fun. It's not a masterpiece, but it's fun. But they promise that now it's going to be even greater in all aspects, so I'm really curious to see how it's really going to be. But for now we need to wait, because there's no release date yet.
More action. More weapons. And more. Welcome back to the future. Try not to break it again.
I'm not interested in hiring any more idiots. I'm looking for people of tact and vision and perspicacity.
The Outer Worlds 2.
We are beyond the edge of Japan. People come north, but you are hunting.
Ghost of Yotei is the next game of the studio Sucker Punch Productions, the studio responsible for Ghost of Tsushima. And the new game is going to be the sequel, set over 300 years after the first game, and obviously, all the characters will be different, so I'm curious to see the game. It's coming out in some moment of 2025, with no release date yet, but this year, and will be a PlayStation 5 exclusive, but in some moment will be released on Windows too, I'm sure. The first game was an extremely fun action-adventure game, with some RPG mechanics, and this one will be set in the same style.
Than you, I'm afraid. So, where's the captain? Everyone died.
Oh, this is insane. What a trip. Not a trip. It's reality. Your new reality.
Are we brothers or something? We have the same DNA. But
The Alters is an extremely curious game. It's being developed by the studio 11-Bit Studios and is coming out in some moment of 2025 to Xbox Series X and S, PlayStation 5, and Windows. This game really got my attention. It's a sort of survival game. You'll be alone in a planet and will somehow create different versions of yourself to help you build and take care of the base. Yes, it sounds crazy. That's why it looks so fun. Despite it all, it will also be a game about exploration, discovering things and places in the universe to get resources, and the building mechanic even reminded me of Fallout Shelter. That was really good.
Calm down. You're not the original Jan, but that doesn't mean you can't be important.
Like you look like me, but also like me. What the fuck did you drug me with, man? No, not hallucinating.
Must be here somewhere. This way! Lunka!
You gave us quite the chase.
The Blood of the Dawnwalker is a new open RPG from the same director of the beloved The Witcher 3. The game is being developed by the studio Rebel Wolves and is coming out to PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X, Xbox Series S, and Microsoft Windows. We still don't know the release date, but I'd say 2026 or 2027. And the interesting thing about the game is that just like The Witcher, the game will be set in a world that reacts to your decisions. All you choose will change something in the story, and the world will be dark and immersive, filled with creatures such as vampires. That's it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Click on the like and subscribe for more, and I see you in the next video.